All right, we're
Yeah.
recording.
All right. So let me talk about Calendly real quick. The benefit of Calendly is how many of you guys, does any of us go through that back and forth over email or text message saying, hey, when is your availability? And the person says, well, I can do Friday. Well, crap, I'm full on Friday. Can you do Monday? Well, no, I can't do Monday. Instead of just saying, hey, I'm free Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. Which of these work? And so it's so hard to go back and forth. And even in networking meetings, I don't even give people my email address anymore. I don't even give people my phone number anymore. I just give them a link to my Calendly. That's it. If they want to talk to me, they want to reach out to me, let's just schedule a 15-minute call. No problem. And so I'll show you guys how it looks for me, and then I'll show you guys how it sets up. So if you guys are enjoying this, if you guys don't want this, I'll just go fly a kite for a little while until my other meeting starts. You guys want to see this?
Absolutely.
All right, cool. Someone entered the waiting room. Hi, Lori.
We also having a 3 o'clock call?
Or 4 o'clock.
4
Yes,
o'clock.
4 o'clock, no agenda. Yes.
Okay, then if you don't mind, I'm going to drop off because I actually do use Calendly and you guys will really love it once you learn about it.
Of course. Of course.
Thanks
All
for
right,
talking.
so-
Of course we mind, Nahid. We want you with us.
All right, so start recording again if you haven't yet. Are you
It's
recording?
recording. Do you want me? Yeah.
Okay, cool. No, you're good to go. Okay, all right, so let's talk about this. So here we go. Calendly, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
All right, so first off, I'm gonna show you how I use Calendly. Right in my email, and I put a calendar here and I say book a meeting. So when someone clicks on this, this is what they get. They get Sage Harper Calendar. Welcome to my Calendly page. If you'd like to book time with me, please select a date and time below. So I have a 45-minute marketing strategy session, a one-to-one for 30 minutes, a quick 15-minute chat, and then one-to-one, an hour one-to-one. That's how I've set up. I've set up just 4 meetings. That's it. I use it for everything. So the reason I have 2 different one-to-ones is because doing one-to-ones online virtually, we've gotten really efficient at talking to people. And sometimes people just want to just have a 30-minute, let's just have a one-to-one. So if someone clicks on that, here's what happens. When they click on it, it's going to give them a calendar of open days. So say I want to do it on the 8th. All right. Here's the list of times that I'm open on the 8th. And as you can see, my calendar is pretty open. Where am I busy next week? So say I was to do it on Tuesday, you can see my calendar is a lot more limited. So what Calendly does is it syncs to my calendar that I have that I normally run for my normal day-to-day, right? And it gives people just enough information to show them blocks of time that they want to book with me. So the neat thing about it is for like Christina, if you're using your booking, your event planner right in front of you, I mean, you can just look at your event planner and you can sync up to me of what days you want to, have a meeting super, super fast, right? So it's really efficient. It's really easy. So everyone on board, pretty cool so far? All right. So the neat thing about it is if we click on it, I do use the paid version. I don't use the free version, but when I click on it, what it allows me to do is, since I'm using the paid version, it allows me to go ahead and put a couple custom things in here. I can let people choose whether they want to Google Meets, whether they want to Zoom, whether they want to use a phone call. All right, I put a phone number in here just in case. So if all else fails, I have a phone to call them at. And then I ask them some custom questions. So Calendly has the ability to add these custom questions on here. So here's a couple things that I put on here, such as what are you currently doing for marketing? What are your sales goals? And then I ask people like, would you like to hear about our free marketing plan workbook? People always put, of course, but we always run out of time, so I never get a chance to talk to people about it. But you can set these questions up to whatever you want. And when they do schedule events, when they finish on it, it actually gives you something and it links right to that person's time. And then it automatically books on my time. So I never have to touch it. So when I give this to other people, I just get an email saying someone booked a new event with you. Done. It's like the easiest thing ever, right? So everyone pretty cool so far? You guys want to see how to use it? All right, so here's how we set it up. So when you go to the Calendly page, calendar must, what? I got logged out of my own stuff. All right. All right, I'm back on my calendar. Okay, so when you come on the Calendly page, you can do this right here and enter your email address, and let's just do a free email account. So I'll use one of my email addresses. I have a lot of legitimate email addresses. They're not fake, I promise. So I'll use these email addresses. And now, oops, it logged me into the wrong account. So log out, sign up. Okay, I'll use this, get started. Sign up with Google. All right, I think I have this account. Oh, I do already have this account here. Oh, that was easy. Okay, so it's gonna ask if I want permission to sync to that account. I'll go ahead and do allow. I'm clicking things a little fast because I know we're just running a little bit out of time. If you miss something, let me know. So now I can name the calendar whatever I want. It tried to do it based off of my email, but I could switch and I could still call this, I can call this deck builder. I got to find something unique here. I could just call it Tasha Whedon, and look, it's available. So I could actually reserve it from her and she can never use it. All right, so I could steal it. All right, so I can call this whatever. So for the purpose of this, so I don't mess up someone else in the long run, I'm gonna go ahead and just change it to gibberish. I need to set my time zone as well. It already is on the Eastern time zone, so I'm good to go. So I hit continue next. And then it's gonna say, here's how Calendly will work with frederick@gmail.com. So we'll check it for conflicts. So it's gonna always look at my calendar and try to find conflicts. So it won't let someone book time if I already have it blocked off for something else. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think I'm losing some of you guys. And then it says, we'll add events to this Frederick Patio Gmail address. So I'll go ahead and hit continue. All right, and then it's gonna say my available hours. The neat thing about this is I can go ahead and tell people what, put the calendar, say what times a day I already work. So if I work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, then it's here. I actually usually start the morning around 8 o'clock. So I'll go ahead and put, oops, not that early. 8 a.m. and I'll go ahead and just go to 6 p.m. so someone can schedule. And I'll do it Monday through Friday. Some people like to have different control on your calendar. You have the option to do whatever you want. So, excuse me. And then I do my day-to-day role at work. I don't really know what this means for anything, but I'll just put other and just leave it alone. So now it's building Calendly for me. It's building it out. Now what it did is it actually built 3 default meetings right off the bat. And I can edit these meetings or I can just go ahead and just delete them. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna click down on it. I'm gonna delete it because I don't wanna use their default one. So I'm gonna go ahead and just create my own. And it's 3:40. I'm gonna be quick here. We're gonna get through it. So we got 20 minutes. So I'm gonna delete all 3. Delete. All right, so now the calendar's cleaned out. I'm gonna show you guys how to do. So I'm gonna do a new event type. So I think for most people, the most common event you set up is gonna be a one-to-one meeting. And let's just say like an hour meeting. Is that what typically you guys do? Is that when you have a meeting with someone, it's typically an hour?
Or a half hour or an hour, yeah.
Okay. I'll just call 30-minute meeting. Now for location on this, again, you guys, I'm on the free version on this. I haven't done anything, but right off on the location, it gives me access to all of these right off of here, which is wonderful. So say for personally, I use Google Hangouts and I can also add another options. What other options do I use? Oh, I use Zoom, right? Zoom is not connected. I have to actually connect it to do it. So Google Meets is working because I logged in via Google. So that's why it's working. So I'm gonna leave that there for now. We know it's broke, but I can add another location. Say I use GoToMeeting as well. I can put that one in there. What else do I wanna use? And then I'll just say ask the invitee, or I use a phone number even. And I can say my invitee should call me or I'll call them. So they can put their phone number in there. All right, so once I finish with all this, and last one, I'll just say ask invitee. Or I can even, when businesses open up again, maybe we want like an in-person meeting and they can put the address in there for what they want. All right, so this is how I can sort of set this up. The description is gonna be what the description they read when they open it up and look at it. So when I looked at my calendar that was here, the description was a chat about your past, current, and future marketing options, or a 30-minute one-to-one to chat about business connections and find referral opportunities. So whatever you want in there for that discussion. Chat about stuff. We'll just say we want to chat about stuff, right? So, and then the event link. So every one of these links that you see on here has a slightly different event link. If you look down on the bottom left of my screen, you can see this one's called strategy session. This one's called 30-minute chat. This one's called discovery call. This one's called one-to-one. So ultimately you just need to name it something. We'll just call it 30-minute meeting, and I can go ahead and change the color of it. I like this color. The color is just for your own personal preference. It doesn't mean much. All right, so if I click on this, it's all set up now. So it's all starting ready to go, but now I need to go ahead and set some key specific stuff in here. And this is important. So you can set event duration and then the date range. The date range can be scheduled over 60 calendar days. So what you're trying to say is do you want to invitees should be offered ability to number of days into the future? And it's just 60 rolling days. If I want to tell people that they can only book out for me for the next 30 days, then that's what I can do here. So if your calendar maybe fluctuates a lot and maybe you have some trips or vacation coming up, you don't want someone to book too far out and all of a sudden miss that. So I go ahead and roll it to the next 30 calendar days. Your event time zone, you're in the Eastern time. It'll automatically update to people to their local time too. So it's pretty dang smart. And then what I do is in here, the neat thing about this is as you have your work days, what happens if different days we work different stuff? Some of us have kids home. Like Wednesdays is not an option at all. I'm going to go ahead and say Wednesdays. I'm going to apply to all Wednesdays. Wednesday is not an option. All right. So I'm not taking Calendly meetings on those days. Say Tuesday. All right. I can only do stuff until 1 o'clock, until noon. All right. And then I can do stuff maybe from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And I'm going to go ahead and do it all Tuesdays. So now I have 2 slots on there on Tuesdays. So it's really cool. So for each one of these, you can set how you want people to interact with it. Good value? You guys still with me?
Yeah.
I got 3 of you left. I lost to everyone else. So then on the advanced, we can come into the advanced. Here's something that's really important for me is the availability. The availability of increments. So the availability of increments is going to be every 30 minutes, or do you want it to be every hour? Meaning it shows up in every hour, every 30 minutes. That one's really important. The next one is a maximum of once per day. If you only want to have like 4 meetings per day, and some of us are introverts on the inside, after 2 or 3 meetings, we're like, oh my God, just shoot me in the head. All right, we can set the maximum number per day. All right, you guys, I'll save you on this one. It's huge. And then the minimum scheduling notice. This is how many hours away does it have to be until someone can schedule. All right, I'm going to tell you my personal preference. I can't stand it when I look at my calendar for the day and I'm in that mode, and then all of a sudden people start scheduling weird things throughout my day, and all of a sudden throws me off. So what I tell people is that they can only book within 12 hours of the day. So it allows people to book the night before, but when I wake up that next morning, my schedule is locked in. So people won't be able to book time with me within already a given day. That's how I've set it up personally. You guys got it?
Yeah. What about breaks between?
And then the last one is your event buffers, which is your breaks.
Okay.
So this one's the most important one. The most important one for me is I don't typically like back-to-back meetings. I like to have a half-hour break in between meetings so I can get caught up on email. Otherwise, I fall so far behind throughout the day. So what I do is I set it up for a 30-minute buffer before and a 30-minute buffer after. So what it will be is if my calendar shows up, say on next Friday, you can see I have something that goes until 9 o'clock, and then I have something that starts at 11. The only times that will be open will be from 9:30 to 10 and 10 to 10:30. It won't allow a meeting to butt right up against another one because of the event buffer. Pretty cool. Now I'm gonna go ahead and hit next, and we're done. That's it. It's set up. All right. It's set up for the most part. I can do a couple other things and do a little bit of customizations on there, but for the basic, just to get it going, it's set up. I can go ahead and hit back now, and it's there. And I can copy the link. I can put it in the bottom of my inbox if I wanted to, in my signature. I can actually preview what it looks like as well. I can click on this and preview it. So here's what the calendar for Bob Smith will look like. And here's how I'll break up. And here's the different times I told you how I split it up. You guys, it's that easy to use Calendly. It's so easy. I'm telling you, the efficiencies is just so much more. And it's going to be the point where you're going to send people a link to your calendar, and then they'll still come back to you and say, I'm free next Tuesday from 2 to 5. How about you? And I'm like, dude, just open the link, right? You're just like just save yourself some time. But it's just me maybe. But this is how it looks. And you guys, this is completely free. So all it says is powered by Calendly. That's it. My paid version, it just has my logo on it and has something a little bit more. That's about it. There's a couple other of follow-up meetings that I can do, or follow-ups leading up to the meeting that I can do that you can't do on the free version. And what I mean by is if I do notifications, I can actually do text reminders on the notifications on the paid version. So when people book time with me on my calendar on the paid version, like an hour ahead of time, they're gonna get a text message saying that the meeting with Sage is coming up in an hour. I just try to limit no-shows for me, especially when you're booking something far out. I don't like it when people are no-shows, so I try to give them those reminders, and it helps. Instead of having to track them down, people are there a lot more on time for the meetings. But that's basically it.
Question?
Sure, questions, go ahead. What do you guys got?
So you said you had to sync it with your calendar, and I'm assuming when you said calendar, you meant your Google Calendar. What if
That's correct, your Google Calendar.
So we have to have I have a Google Calendar, but I
You don't
use
have to have a
everything it's
Google
on my
Calendar. If you have
phone.
an Outlook calendar, you can set it up to your Outlook calendar. You can set it up to whatever calendar that you use. I logged in via Google and I set it up by default through my Google Calendar. So, but it's whatever you use, it can work with that calendar.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Awesome. That was really cool.
No? Did you guys enjoy
I
that?
do.
Was it good value?
I do. I have a question.
Sure.
So if you sync it to your calendar and you have your available times on there, if you book something on your own, does it automatically delete the availability that people can choose?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. As soon as they click on the link, it updates in real time to what your calendar is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's super, super smart.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That
and
was
what
great.
I like about it is it exposes people to your calendar without giving them too much information. They can just see what the blocks are that are available. But you're not showing them like everything on your calendar, of course. You know, you don't want to say like, oh, this and this and this and, you know, whatever else. And
That's when my therapy appointment is.
yeah, right. Yeah, like sorry, I'm getting my scrotum checked. I don't know. I mean, it's so horrible. I don't want anyone to know that stuff. Come on, right? Sorry, maybe TMI. Go ahead, Danielle.
Okay.
I am familiar with Calendly, and while I use it for work, for scheduling for clients. Now, for my personal gig, I use Acuity, and so because I can set my packages and then they can automatically put down a deposit and it goes onto my calendar, my Google Calendar. I mean, my Apple Calendar. So I did not see if Calendly can do that as well.
Click
Okay.
It is part of the paid version, and I've never used it. So I'm zero help with this one, but it is part of the paid version though.
So is it, do you know if it's like through what type of accounts? Like if
It's whatever it does payments with Stripe and PayPal. That's what it accepts, those two.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And again, I'm zero help. I know it does it, but I've never had to set it up or anything like that at all.
Well, now I'm gonna have to really rethink. See
You have
what
to
pays,
rethink
what pays, right?
it. Yeah, right. See which one's better for you.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, you guys, in everything I do, like if I can help a business owner be more efficient, then for me personally, it's selfish because if I'm doing marketing for them, their ability to answer the phone and help service new prospects and clients is what I need them to do. And I can't tell you how many business owners that I talk to that they don't answer their damn phone. When their phone rings, like I'll try to get them leads and I'll try to get them work and they don't answer the phone. They don't have time because they're doing other stuff. So I'm all about these efficiencies. So that's why I've looked at some of these just because it helps me. And I always say, if I can do more with less, then why not, right?
Absolutely. That's awesome. Any other questions, guys?
Yeah, anything else I can show you?
So I'm going to stop the recording. Let me do that.